If you've ever been out and about on like a farm, I'm sure you've just seen a cow and had this feeling of, nah, I'd win. If I for some reason made this cow really mad, I could run away like it's nothing. To start off, I'd like to show you what would probably happen if you tried to raise a cow, so you could maybe reevaluate who to annoy at a farm. So the race starts, and after 10 meters you probably feel a bit proud of yourself. The cow is already a bit behind, and it doesn't look like it's coming any closer, right? Well, if we continue the sprint, and let's say you look behind you at about 25 meters, this is the point where you probably start to regret not messing with like a tree instead, because the cow is getting a bit closer to you. But it's not over till it's over, so you're fine. Well, after 40 meters, the cow has fully caught up to you. If it wanted to stomp you or stab you, this is where that would happen. So why is it that even an animal like a cow who only eats grass and burps to heat up the climate could outrun us? To answer that, I think we need to go back into middle school and a little thing called evolution. It basically means survival of the fittest. Every type of animal slowly but surely approaches a more desirable version of themselves. So if a cow wanted to escape from a predator or possibly chase a human down, a very valuable thing would be to be really fast for short periods of time. And so that's exactly what's happened to them. Cows and most land animals our size are a lot quicker for a short while. But us fellow humans went a bit of a different route, a more annoying route in some ways. Instead of being quick for a little while, we can run for a long amount of time without stopping, at the cost of not having a very high max speed. To explain why, I'd like to show you a 10-year-old post from r/ask Reddit. You get $10 million, but for the rest of your life there is a snail following you, trying to kill you. Would you do it? Minus the 10 million, this is basically what we used to do back in the day. We'd find an animal that looked like it could taste nice and chase it. Obviously the animal would run away because, remember, people are really slow. But when he got too tired and thought it was home free, a little group of annoying humans would still be chasing it at baby speeds. So once again it would sprint away until it got too tired, but we would still be chasing it. This cycle would keep repeating itself until the animal was way too tired to continue, and that's how we'd acquire a sick new meal for our tribe. This is called persistence hunting, and it's sometimes used in tribes today as well, but that doesn't really explain what makes us better at long distance running. The number one thing we can thank for that is our pit stains. Instead of something like panting, we humans sweat a lot to help us cool down, which is really powerful when being active for a long time. Not only human sweat, but when it comes to sweating, we are the best there is. Also, things like having a large surface area compared to our volume and not having fur play a big part in helping us cool down. This really isn't the only reason, it's just the most important. I think we can just summarize the rest as evolution and then kinda move on. So with this, cows have a top speed of 40 kilometers an hour or 25 miles per hour if you use that system, but us humans can only run at about 24 kilometers an hour. I will admit the highest speed measured for a human is 44 kilometers an hour, so faster than a cow, but I would argue we humans kind of have a thing for measuring our top speed when cows don't really tend to do that as often. So I believe there is a cow out there who can run faster than any human ever has. But if you remember from the race at the start, we went fume in the beginning, but the cow really didn't. Why is that? When it comes to going fume or accelerating, the biggest factor is how strong an animal is relative to its weight, and we've got cows covered there. So even if the average cow can squat a lot more than the average human, if we take body weight into account, we can squat more than a cow. And so we do get a head start, but like you saw, it didn't matter very much in the end. to get back on track, if you're ever being chased by a cow and it is desperately trying to stab you, change direction every now and then, because they're not very good at that, and always take the high ground if it's available. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks also for all of the support on the last video. It was very surprising to come home and see all of that, so thank you. Have a very nice day, and goodbye.